Welcome to MS Craftshop. If you follow my channel, you should remember a week-long card-making marathon I organized using my paper from the Timeless Moments collection. We created 8 cards for different occasions, and one of them was a birthday card. The main decorative element of the card were paper flowers, which I made. I didn't show you the process of creating them because it was not the focus of the tutorial. However, some of you asked me to prepare a video showing how I make my paper flowers. I created a similar but much larger flower for my last project, which was Exploding Box. So, this tutorial is dedicated to paper flowers. I will show you step by step how I prepare them. We will create 3 different flowers using scraps of paper from my stash. Generally, making paper flowers using scraps is a great way to use them and get rid of the excess, which is getting bigger over time. So, let's get to work. We will start with the larger flower I used to decorate the exploding box. To make flowers, I use the shaping kit from Sizzix. The kit consists of a molding pad, 2 stylus tools with metal balls in different sizes, and tweezers. We will also need water, a paper towel, and flower-shaped die cuts. I used the Gemini die cuts in a pine cone shape, but I decorated the flowers inside with an element from another die cut set from the card making magic company. Before we start shaping the flowers, we must spray them with water. The flowers should be a little damp, but not wet. If they are too wet, the metal ball will not slide smoothly over the surface and will destroy the paper. The size of the ball from which we will create the petals shape depends on the flower's size. However, I always start with the biggest one. First, I slowly move the metal ball along the petals' edges, then move it to the center with a circular motion. Larger flowers are much more challenging to create than smaller ones. And you need to remember that this is only paper and there is always some risk of creases. It's impossible not to make them. We can only do our best to minimize them. From my experience, a minimum of 200 grams weight paper is preferable for paper flowers. Lighter paper means a more significant risk of creases. After shaping the flower, turn it over, flatten the petals slightly to avoid creases, and press down in the middle. The base of the flower is made. We will repeat the same process for the other layers of the flower. Glue the elements together from the largest to the smallest. Remember to interleave the petals between layers. Press down in the middle. Do the same with the last layer. I choose a half pearl to decorate the flower centerpiece. However, you can use whatever you want: sequins, microbeads, buttons, glitter, beads or crystals. Whatever you have and fits your project. The flower is ready. Now you can see a slightly subtle difference between the flower I keep in my left hand and the flower in my right hand. The right one, which we made together, is flatter than the left one. The petals of the left one are more bent outwards and more rounded. I will show you how to achieve this effect. For this, we will need tweezers. You place the tip of the petal in tweezers and bend them outwards. Be careful, as the tweezer may leave fold marks on the petal. Practice makes perfect, and you'll get better at it over time. For my exploding box, I use the flatter option. You can see the difference, but I like both versions. For these flowers, I choose staments to decorate the flower centerpiece. You can buy them in many craft shops in different colors and shapes. I use the same die cuts from Gemini, and the process of shaping the petals is precisely the same as I presented a moment ago. I used 6 stamens to decorate the flower, but you can use only 4 or more. It's up to you and whatever you prefer. Use a craft pick to make a hole in the center of the flower. Then, using a metal wire bent in half, hook the stamen threads and pull them through the hole. Bend the threads to the side and secure them with hot glue. After the glue has cooled, cut off the excess threads. The flower is ready, and again you can see that flower which we made is slightly flatter than the flower on the right. So now you know what to do. Using tweezers, bend the petals outwards. As I mentioned before, to decorate the flower's centerpiece, you can use whatever you want: sequins, microbeads, buttons, glitter, beads or crystals. I will show you how to create a center with microbeads. When working with microbeads, the real issue is that they are small and get everywhere. I will show you how to avoid it. It would help if you had a paper box. It must be a paper box, not a plastic one, because the microbeads electrify under the influence of plastic and then it's challenging to pour them back into the bottle. Add a larger drop of glue in the center of the flower and over the paper box, sprinkle microbeads onto the glue. You can mold the centerpiece by gently pressing on the petals and repositioning the microbeads using the craft pick. If needed, repeat the process. As the glue dries, it will become more transparent and the microbeads will become more visible. That's all I have prepared for you today. I hope you liked the tutorial. Leave a comment under the video and see you soon!